Yeah, hello, welcome to Bath Studio School. I'm here with Sarah Moore, a Lib Dem candidate from Twerton, and today we're going to talk about some issues concerning Twerton. I know you obviously have spoken earlier on, but was there any tough subjects in particular you wanted to talk about?
Not really. I mean, just the community of Twerton, really,
Yeah.
And the work that's going on with all the residents in Twerton.
Yeah.
Would be good to cover a bit of that.
Yeah, okay. Also, I mean, I know Cura has a big, sort of presence in Twerton. Do you think it's necessarily a positive, or do you think they could be doing more to help the community?
They can do a lot more
to
help the community. I've been working quite closely, especially recently, with Curo and the current Lib Dem councillor in Twerton. We've had several meetings which have been very productive. We're working with them to help resolve issues that have come up through lack of communication mainly, and they are keen to make a change to help the residents, which is great. With the new ward boundaries that are coming in May, it turns out that Twerton's going to have the largest quantity of Curo homes in the whole city, with nearly 1,000 properties being in Twerton alone. So we are keen to make sure, obviously, that Twerton is looked after and Curo do what they're supposed to be doing to help the residents.
Yes, obviously Curo is obviously multi-million-pound company. It's obviously our family members who work for Curo. So also I know like how big of a sort of scale it is, and because I know they have properties all littered all over Bath and the surrounding area, and they have like offices obviously within like Whiteway and like a housing development up there. So it's good to see that they're like at least trying to provide like a good service to the community. Although like I am aware, obviously it can break down quite easily. Obviously have been living in Curo housing before, it can be easy for them to fall behind. So with the proposed like new development to Twerton, do you think it will necessarily help the high street grow, or do you reckon it will not make much of a change?
I think there's pros and cons to the development down there. We don't have an infrastructure to support the size of the development, I don't personally feel at the moment, because the quantity of students that they're proposing to put on that side would mean a lot more bus network. Buses going through at the moment are a nightmare, and the streets up through Twerton where they travel do not deal very well with the quantity. And if you have a load more, you're going to have a big infrastructure problem. But also, it's going to be the quantity of students will mean that out of term time, it's going to be deserted down there for accommodation-wise. You're going to have empty buildings, so you're not going to get the footfall.
And should they be prioritising student housing, or should it be more housing for the community?
I feel that we are desperately lacking social housing. They're saying they're putting in affordable housing, but that's not necessarily affordable for the majority of people. Because the house prices in Bath is so great and the land price is so great. The affordability aspect doesn't work. So it needs to be more social properties that benefit the residents of the city, so that they can actually stay within the city and help the city to grow.
Because obviously people move out to the surrounding area because obviously it's a lot cheaper to buy a property there than buying it in, say, the cheaper parts of Bath anyway. Because was it this week the proposal for the like redoing of the high street was I saw it on the news, it was like potentially to go through with the football stadium as well. Would you necessarily say that on obviously a match day, the football stadium, it does bring in a lot more extra people, but would the new proposal help like the flow of those people necessarily, or would they just make the high street more crowded than it already is?
Well, I think at the moment the football days, they've increased the number to about, I think it's between 1,000 and 1,500 people go to the match on a home game, which has increased from 500, which is great news for the football club. But they've cut down the parking spaces as part of this proposal. So again, you've got the logistics of getting people to and from a football match, and those that aren't living in the area ordinarily will drive and park on residential streets surrounding it, again making it an issue for the residents. Not being able to park, making some streets so narrow that emergency vehicles can't get through. So all of that aspect, Twerton does not have the infrastructure there to support the large quantity at the moment, I don't think.
Yeah, because obviously as the gates get bigger for the football, people do come like further away to go see it. And obviously I know I've been like once this season when they played Torquay, and that was like nearly 2,000 people down there. And like I couldn't park anywhere near the stadium because of how busy it was. But would you say I get where you're coming from with obviously the parking issue but obviously like surely the more people going, the more it would help the economy of Twerton grow.
It's going to be again seasonal because out of football season.
Yeah, in the summer it's going to be.
And those students, because they've all gone home. Yeah. You're losing both tracks of the economy boosting element. Yeah. So you're going to have a complete season in the year where there's nothing going to be happening down there, and so the businesses are going to struggle through those times and hope that they can actually make their money in the other times.
Yeah. I mean, what would you propose they do instead of this proposal?
We're told that the developers have to use students to make it financially viable.
Oh, okay.
And that I don't like the thought of its financial aspect. It's not about people. Yeah. It's not about the community. Yeah. It's more about money. Yeah. And that is the problem. Yeah. We need social housing. Yes, you can't get as much money out of social housing, but that is what the community needs. Yeah. Less students on the site and maybe a higher mix of social properties on the site would probably be a better solution, but it's not as financially viable for them. Yeah.
Yes, I agree that they should be looking for more social housing than to make quick money from it. But would you say Curo would have a responsibility then to look at potentially funding more projects that would like create social housing like they're doing up at Odddown at the moment, not by the Fox Hill development?
Well, the Fox Hill development
I know it's a lot of private housing.
Is a lot of private houses and very few social houses. Yeah. Because again, they are a housing association. They need to have the finance coming in. Yes. So it's not financially viable to produce social housing. And that is the biggest problem that we've got. Yeah. Where they've sold off properties, they should have ideally built with that money.
Yes, but they obviously decided to reinvest it into the Mulberry Park estate, for example, which, I mean, it's great for necessarily people wanting to buy from the city from London, for example, but not necessarily serves a greater purpose for the people of Bath.
No, and that is primarily what we should be looking for, is to make sure that we retain the residents of Bath so that they can have jobs in Bath and build the economy of Bath, not look for the students that are going to, most of which will qualify and move back out. There will be a very few number that actually stay in the city after they've finished university. So we need to be looking to help our younger students that are actually from Bath as well, so that they can stay in the city.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about specifically? Or?
I don't think so. Just that obviously Twerton is always getting a bad name. Yeah. Because Twerton always has. Yeah. And I feel that we now need people to realise that the community are coming together. They are rebuilding various different aspects of Twerton and working together. Twerton can be a really great place. Yeah. It's a good place at the moment, but gets bad press. Yeah. And every little thing that is wrong gets reported and every good thing doesn't. Yeah. And I feel that we need to champion the area more and get more people to realise how good an area it actually is.
Yeah, no, fair enough, exactly. Well, thank you for coming today and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you. It's all done. Cheers. Yeah.